Welcome guys, this is the Right channel. My name is Eddie Poku. In this series of People and Rides, we go around to talk to guys who have special rides. They can be cars, they can be bikes, old, new, classic, vintage, modern. They are in for everything. Today we are going to B-Spec Autosports, and here we're going to talk to a gentleman who has a very nice ride. Come with us. Guys, you're welcome to this episode of Right Channel, People and Rides. This series we talking to people who have very nice cars that they are very proud of, and we have somebody here today in the person of Collins Boateng. Collins, welcome to Right Channel.
Thank you.
Good. Introduce yourself.
Okay, well, my name is Collins Boateng, as you said, and I own and operate B-Spec Autosports here in
B-Spec
Ghana.
Autosports.
Yes.
Wow.
And
what do you do at B-Spec Autosports?
I'm a mechanic. I've been a mechanic for about 15 years now.
Wow,
Yeah,
15 years.
15 years. Yep.
Wow, you are the bomb.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. So what do you specialize in? Do you have a specialization at your shop?
I do. I mean, in the past, it used to be BMWs and Mercedes-Benz. So I have a big German background with in terms of vehicles, but it transitioned into pure modifications of vehicles of all types of cars. So I do a little bit of everything and a lot of customization as well.
Okay. For this episode of People and Rides, you are showing off your this particular car that we're talking about. Just tell us about this car. What car is it?
All right, well, this is a 1993 FD3S Mazda RX7.
Mm-hmm.
It's the third generation of the RX7, and it's a rotary powered 1.3 liter.
Rotary 1.3.
Yep.
Wow. Yep. That's super. About how many horsepower are we getting from there?
This one, right now on low boost, I'm right around 250 horsepower.
But that is plenty for this light car.
It's good because it's light. Yeah, it weighs probably around 2,500 pounds. I don't know how much that is in kilos, but it's pretty quick for us.
I mean, we had the drive by, and I mean, it was like getting it.
Yeah. So 250 will get you going up pretty quick.
Nice one. Yeah. So I can imagine what will happen if you build this up maybe into a four-road.
Well, but I wouldn't do it with this one because it's the only one. But I would get another one and do something crazy with it. Right now,
I know you have some other toys.
Right.
We're talking about those ones later.
Right.
All right. So is this your dream car?
Well, you know what? That's a funny question that you asked. I saw one of these back in the day when I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
A red one just like it that had passed me by, and I didn't think anything of it.
Okay.
And you know, when you look at a car, sometimes how much of these things cost right now? Maybe years go by, you don't think about it, and then the opportunity came for me to have this, and I went for it.
Good.
Yeah.
So is it your daily driver?
Somewhat, yeah, it is my daily drive, and a lot of people will say that they can't be daily driven, but I do daily drive it or drive it as much as I can, at least a couple times during the week for sure. So it gets driven, sits in traffic and all that other stuff.
Great. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people have things like these and they just end up being garage queens.
Yeah. I don't like that. I like to
I like that about you. Yeah, I like that about you. You have to drive the car. You have to drive the car. Yeah. So what car are you looking to? I mean, your ultimate. I mean, if you have all the money and you have all the time, every opportunity, what will be your ultimate?
You know what? I've always wanted the 1987 BMW B7 Alpina. It's a twin turbo straight six, and it was the first twin turbo straight six that they made, which is kind of like what the N54 came nowadays. You know, the new N55, all these B58.
Yes.
That's almost like their brethren. They're the father of them all. Yeah, and that car was just so cool back in the day. And
I think it is still a very cool car.
Thank you. It's like a unicorn.
Yeah. That is the word. Yeah. Wow. So, what has been your worst car moment?
Wow. Worst car moment. Put an engine in a car and it blows within the first time. What could I say? My worst car moment would have to been, exactly. Do a full tune-up on the car. Do everything you can to it, And then when you drive, you realize the car has other issues. And you've got to go and tell the customer bad news, like, hey, your engine is blown. And there's no way that the end result's going to come out well from the response of the customer or anyone. So that's probably been my worst moment. Where I've tuned up a car and the customer informed me that they had just gotten the oil change. We didn't change the oil on the car because I assumed that they had gotten an oil change. Come to find out, the person had just been adding oil to the car, and that is what will kill the engine. And then lo and behold, when we drove the car,
the engine blew.
It blew. It spun a bearing, and when it spun a bearing, everything just snowballed after that.
So what has been till date? I mean, you still have your whole life ahead of you, but what has been your best car experience?
Wow, best car experience was probably when we first I had an engine. I had just direct those guys over there. Sorry. Yeah, I had a different engine in my drift car back in the day. This is not back in the day, but maybe 2013. And we had just assembled everything. And we got to the track, and this thing just did everything that we wanted it to do. It just performed well. There were no issues that day, and that was probably one of my most memorable moments when we were just going around the track. I can
imagine you're over the moon.
Everything was just flowing,
and the car was drifting.
Everything.
The balance was perfect.
Everything was perfect.
Great.
No crazy overheating, no crashes, of course. No, just car was just moving perfect that day. And I remember that was a good day, especially for it to have left the shop for the first time out there, and everything just worked out well that day. So
let's come back to this car. I mean, I am in this car. It's a legend. But I can see that there are still a few things here and there that I can see from the way you look at it and from the way you touch it, that you want to do something to it. So what do you want to do?
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do to this, I actually have a manual boost controller coming for it. At first, when I got the car, only one turbo would provide boost, and the other one wouldn't kick in.
Oh, so it's a twin turbo?
It's a twin turbo, and it's sequential turbo, so the turbos kick in at different RPMs. So I could have fixed that, but instead I did a way to delete the sequential setup, but both turbos work at the same time. So that way there's plenty of boost when you need it. So right now we're running at about like 8 pounds of boost. We're actually at a lower setting than what the car normally runs at. So like you said, when you saw the drive-by, we're actually lower horsepower right now. We're not at the full output.
At the full level.
So we'll run about 10 pounds of boost. I'll add a boost controller. I'll add another gauge here so I can monitor my air-fuel ratio. I'll change the injectors to bigger injectors as well, and then I'll add an Apexy AFC Neo, which is a tuner that I can use.
Those electronic computerized tuners.
It's a piggyback, and
that makes it very simple.
Thank you. It'll wire right into the factory harness, and I'll just do a little bit extra power. Plan on making around 300 horsepower, maybe 320, and I'll be happy.
For everyday driving, that should be it.
Cool, fun street car. And that's it. Stereo. And at the end, and do some AC, of course. and then I'll be done with it for the most part.
Nice one.
And coilovers. Sorry, I have coilovers coming for it, but they're stuck in England right now.
COVID.
COVID's delaying everything. So once I get that, and maybe I'll do something else. Maybe I'll change the clutch to a stage 2 racing clutch.
All right. Thanks so much, Collins. But we are not leaving.
Of course.
Until you take us on a tour of your garage.
Of course.
Okay. So let us get up and just.
All right, cool. No problem. What is this? This is a Dynacom dyno Series 5000, and it's a 2-wheel drive dyno. This dyno can hold up to about 1,300 pounds or 1,300 pounds of torque, and horsepower doesn't matter because you've taken off, but it can take about 200 miles an hour on a full run. And this is what I use here to tune vehicles, and what I've used for years to tune vehicles. Plenty different types of cars.
So when are you planning to install this so that the good people of Ghana can bring their cars in here?
Probably, hopefully.
And see how much power their engines are making.
Probably sometime in August. I hope to be fully ready to go, because I'm planning to lay down some concrete over here. And the reason why I'm not laying it down putting it here is because it will echo too much.
Exactly.
They make so much noise, because you can imagine how much noise we made out there. So imagine full runs at 240
Your
kilometers.
neighbors will come kicking you with lawsuits.
So
wow.
You know, this is what we'll use. We got the ramp sitting back here as well, so you can drive the cars up on the
This is so cool.
So
Charlie, guys, that's a dynamometer for you.
Yes.
You can test your car's horsepower and torque, and you get to tune it. And Collins at A-Spec, B-Spec, all those sports has it here. We're going to set it up. August, you can bring your car in here and get it tuned. All right, Collins, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
God bless you. And I hope all this get fixed and sorted.
Of course.
Thank you. Bye. Hi guys, thanks for joining me on the trip to B-Spec Autosports. It's been good having you on the show. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye for now.